This is another video about the rock slide on Interstate 75. When I started to do this video, I was trying to determine whether I wanted to put music behind it or just have the road noise from my truck. There's not a lot I can say in the length of this video, but I'll try to give you some information. Most of what you will see in this video, people who follow my YouTube account have seen a lot of this scenery. So I primarily did this for anyone planning to travel up or down, north or south on Interstate 75. We'll be going north on 25W. We're on Highway 63, which is this is in Caryville. When the rock slide occurred, they routed some of the traffic from Jellicoe, which is approximately 25 or 30 miles from this exchange. And they had some problems with the trucks on the narrow road. But the engineers must have gotten their heads together, because whatever they decided to do now is excellent. Although the traffic is heavy, it's working. Traffic going north on 75, they are required to exit here at Caryville. Now the people that live up in Scott County can go north on 75, and they exit at the Oneida exit. So they're still, for a while they wouldn't even let the local traffic go through there, but now they have decided to let those folks use the interstate going north. And anybody traveling in the area, if you knew the area, you could go up there and exit at the Huntsville Oneida exit and go down through Pioneer into Jellicoe. And most of the people would not know about that route anyway. So I wouldn't suggest you do that if you're not familiar with this area. Now we're on 25W, which goes through LaFollette. And if you happen to be from this area and you're watching this video, you'll notice that there's a lot more truck traffic than you would normally see on this highway. We're leaving Caryville. There's a traffic light up here. I don't know where the city limits of Caryville ends and the city limits of Jacksboro begin. But if you happen to be going north, if you know someone that's going to be traveling in this area, there's a lot of pretty scenery through here. That traffic light there, you can turn left, and that goes out to the vocational school in Caryville. But if you happen to be traveling through this area, it won't be a boring trip for you, especially if you go up 63 toward Harrogate, and Harrogate is just down the road from Cumberland Gap. They're requiring all truck traffic to go up 63, and you'll see where that begins here in a while. But the automobile traffic, when they get into LaFollette, they're allowing the automobile traffic to turn left and go up 25W to Jellicoe, which is 24 miles from LaFollette, and you can get back on Interstate 75 going north. Now the trucks that go up this way, when they get up to 25E, they could turn right and go over into Morristown and hit Interstate 81, or they could cut left and go up through, they would go through Middlesboro. Of course, if you go left, if you have a hazardous cargo, I don't know if they'll let you go through there because you go through a tunnel. But it's a new modern tunnel, and you should have absolutely no problems going through there. And that would take you up into Kentucky and up to Corbin, where you could get back on Interstate 75 North. And I received an email the other day from the State Road Department, and they were talking about having the trucks going south exit in Corbin, Kentucky, and then come down 25E, and they can go on over to Interstate 81. But a lot of them I've been noticing, especially late at night, are coming down 63 to get on Interstate 75 south. Now, we're coming into Jacksboro, and you'll notice there's quite a bit of truck traffic, and they've placed some signs there to alert the truckers that they are to use Highway 63, and they would need to stay in the right-hand lane. But so far, for a while, they had all of them, and if you'll notice, I'm staying quite a bit a ways back from the other traffic because some of the people coming off the side streets from some of those businesses, I like to give them room to get into traffic, to merge into traffic. But when they first started this, they placed all of the lights on caution, and that was causing a problem because a string of traffic would get together and the local people just could not move around. So the powers that be must have gotten their heads together and decided to turn most of the traffic lights on. Now, in the center of LaFollette, they're still on flashing, and I can understand why. And that makes it a lot better. But what that did is when they, well, this traffic light here goes into Walmart. And what it did is when they started using some of the traffic lights, it held some of the traffic up enough till people coming off the side from these businesses. This is a Saturday, by the way. During the week, you would find a lot more traffic, especially when school is in session. But by spacing the traffic the way it has occurred with turning some of the traffic lights on is working. To me, I think there's not a lot of options in this area. As you can tell, we live in a mountainous area. In fact, that's what caused the problem to begin with, is the rock slide. But we live in a mountainous area, and you don't have a lot of options for traffic if the interstate is blocked. And I think the way they're using 25W, coming through LaFollette, going up Highway 63 to Harrogate, and you can either go right or left. If you go right, you'll go over to Interstate 81. If you turn left, you'll go on up and hit Interstate 75 in Corbin. You could get on at London. I heard that they were bringing most of the traffic off in Corbin. Now, that may not be totally correct, but it's not important anyway, because anybody coming south could not go any farther than what they would let you go, and if it happened to be Corbin, that's where you would exit. But I'll say again, as you can tell by looking at the area around here, you're going to be delayed. If you're driving an automobile, unless there was an accident, or you can see those people coming off wanting to get on. That one guy could have pulled in front of me on up there. But if you're driving an automobile, you don't have to go up 63, and I'll show you when we get there. You could turn left and go up 25W, which is 24 miles away, and it takes you through the mountains. And although you're going to be delayed from the time that it would have taken you to go up 75, we're in LaFollette now. This road, I can remember when this road was only a 2-lane highway, and there may have been 1 or 2 businesses on this road. On down here, when we go across the bridge, I can remember when that part of the road was constructed. So I'm older than than this road. Whew. That's a weird thought. They redid the bridge up here on this curve, and it's been open for not a long time. And to the right, when you cross the bridge, is the Campbell County Comprehensive High School. But we are in LaFollette, and as you can tell, if you were traveling north on 75, and I'll say again, if you have some friends that are planning a trip up this area, this can be a little bit of information on what to expect. And I'm just jabbering, and I probably forget what I was going to say. I was talking about the school and the road. This is 25W. We're in LaFollette. It's a Saturday. And the detour is because of a rock slide on Interstate 75. And the largest portion of that rock slide was in the northbound lane, but the whole side of that mountain was trying to come off into the interstate. So the state engineers decided, rightly so, to close Interstate 75 north and south in that area. We had time goes by so fast. Sometimes I think it's been like 6 months, and I'll get to checking the calendar, which I did not do before I started jabbering on this video. So I'm going to say a year ago, a year and a half, we had a rock slide on Interstate 75 in the southbound lane. I have some videos on this account if you want to go out and look at those videos. I believe I did those videos before I acquired the camera that I'm using. I'm using a GoPro mounted on the hood of my truck. We continue north on 25W. We're in LaFollette, and as you can tell, we probably have all the fast food chains that you can think of in this area. So if you're traveling up this way, this detour, if the traffic is not much worse than it is today, you're not going to have any problems, especially if you're in an automobile, because you're only 24 miles away from Jellicoe is where you can get on the interstate again. And when I'm speaking of the interstate, if I say internet, you'll know what I mean. And that road, you can see that dip in the mountain up there. Of course, now people watching this that are from around here, I mean, they've been seeing this all their life. But that road goes through the mountains. And goes across Peabody Mountain, and before you get into Jellicoe, they call it the Narrows. A creek runs down to the right-hand side going north. You can tell that some of these traffic lights are operating rather than being on cautious, which was a good move. The bottleneck in LaFollette, if the traffic really gets heavy, you'll see is down in the middle of LaFollette, where 25W bears to the left, or you turn to the left to go on 25W, and you go straight to go on Highway 63. And Highway 63 is a state road, but that's they have the LaFollette Police Department is manning that intersection 24/7. So if you come down through there, you'll have all the assistance that you need from the LaFollette Police Department, which will route you up 25W. And if you're driving a car, you could go up Highway 63 if you wanted to. If I was in a hurry, I'd go up 25W. And if I just wanted to look at Powell Valley, because you're in Powell Valley, I'd go up Highway 63, because that is a beautiful valley. And anyone listening to this from around here, they're saying, yeah, Frank, you're right. That's a beautiful valley. This is downtown LaFollette. You'll notice we have wide streets for a small town. So the founding fathers of this town knew what they were doing when they built LaFollette. I heard that they did that on account of, if something caught on fire, it wouldn't cross over the street. Now here's the intersection. You'll notice LaFollette Police Department. I think they have 3 officers there on duty. Now we're on 63. If we'd have turned left, we'd have went on 25W toward Jellicoe, and when we got up there, we could have gotten on Interstate 75 north. So we're in Powell Valley. We're on Highway 63, and there's a truck pulled off to the side. It's rare to see trucks on this highway. And now I don't even know if this is correct. This is just what I have been perceiving. Anybody that knows trucking and drives a truck can probably say, yeah, you're right, Frank. But it appears that there's more truck traffic at night than there is during the day. Now that may just be me, or that may be a fact. There comes 2 trucks, which you would normally not see on this highway, Highway 63. This is a Saturday, and when we go around this curve up here, we'll go by LaFollette Junior High School, and from the looks of the parking lot, you would think that school was in session, and I don't really know what's going on there today, unless they're having basketball tournaments. That could be, but the parking lot's full. So we continue on up 63. I'm going to let this run. I'm going to take you up 63, and I'll end the video here shortly when we top over the hill and I pull off of the highway, and that's where I'll end this video. And the reason I'm talking is a lot of times when I do these videos, these road videos, especially if I'm doing them specifically for people that are from here, that like to look at their hometown, who've been away for a long time, I usually don't have anything to say because there's nothing that I can tell them about this area. But if you happen to be watching this because you're going to travel in the area, or you have a friend or a family member that'll be traveling up Interstate 75, you might tell them about this video and they can watch it before they leave, or if they're on the road and they stop at a motel, they can pull this video up. And I have another video, a short video, and I did it, I think, the day after the rock slide occurred. And I'll put a link from that video to this video, and this video back to that video. So we continue on up Highway 63, and you can tell, if you've never been in this area, I mean, this area is beautiful. And you hear stories all the time about people are traveling through the area and they get on this highway and they wind up buying property and moving down here after they retire, because Norris Lake is just a hop and a skip as the crow flies to the right, and that's one of the cleanest lakes in the Tennessee Valley chain. And if you're ever up in the area and you go out there in a boat, you'll see some beautiful homes that people have built. Well, we're getting ready to end this video. I hope this gave you a little bit of insight to the area and the expatriates that are watching this. I hope you enjoyed it also. See ya. Have a good day. Bye-bye.